Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two builds for you. A close range build and a mid to long range build, depending on what kind of playstyle you like. I've got this build for the Reanimated global event. With these builds, you can do a checkpoint with all directives on it in about a minute 30 seconds. It's super easy. Last time this was on this global event, I got about 1,000 ranks in 2 weeks. If you want a super strong build, like and subscribe, guys. If you like my videos, like and subscribe. And let's get into this build. So with this build, you can have a lot more blue cores because the thing about the global event is that it multiplies the headshot damage like exponentially, right? So that you can have super damage with loads of tankiness. So I've gone with 3 blue cores with this build, but usually in normal game you need 6 blue cores to be able to one-shot everything. But I'll tell you the build now. So the mask is this new Zoo brand set, what came out this season. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. But the bonuses with this is with 1 piece you get 15% mag size, 2 piece you get 20% rifle damage, 3 piece you get 30% weapon handling, which weapon handling is awesome. Makes it a lot easier. Quick reload, stability, accuracy, etc. All my stats are maxed out, but these are the stats that I have. Core attributes are red. Attributes are weapon handling and headshot damage. And the mod on the mask is 10% headshot damage. So the second piece of the Zoo brand set that I'm using is the gloves. So this is our 2 piece, so we have 20% rifle damage because of this. And it is the named Zoo piece Eagle's Grasp, which I have changed to a blue core. The bonus you get with this named piece is 15% weapon handling, because usually you can only get 8%, so near enough double. And we have headshot damage on the gloves as well. So the backpack is the Zoo again, so this is the 3rd piece and final piece that we're using. So we have a blue core. Attributes are 7% weapon handling, headshot damage, and the mod is 10% headshot damage as well. And the talent that I'm using is Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10, which you will always get Bloodsucker because this build is so OP, guys, in this global event. You'll get kills super quick, so you'll always have bonus armor. And I've made it so that this build you'll always get armor on kill as well. You'll see in a second why. But that's the 3 piece of Zoo that I'm using, what I just said. So the knee pads, I'm using the named Overlord ornaments piece called the Fox's Prayer. We get 10% rifle damage from putting these on. Core attribute is a red. We have 8% damage talks out of cover. That's the bonus for the named piece. And we have weapon handling. You can change that to headshot damage if you want to. But because of the damage bonuses and stuff with this global event, damage is not that important really, because you have so much when you get a headshot. So the holster I'm using is a Habsburg Guard, which gives us 15% headshot damage. Everything we're trying to do with this playstyle is just get a headshot, because headshots give you the most damage in this global event. It's a red core, weapon handling and headshot damage. So our final piece is a Palisade Steelworks piece, the chest piece, which will give us 10% armor on kill. Core attribute is a blue. We have weapon handling, headshot damage. The mod is 10% headshot damage as well. And we have the talent Headhunter. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 125% of that killing blow's damage. Damage is capped at 800% of your weapon damage. This is raised to 1250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150%. This might be a bit hard for you to get this piece of gear. You can always swap it out to the perfect Headhunter, which is Walker and Harris, or you can change it to any piece that you want. But I use it because you get the armor on kill, which is always good. So the weapon I'm using, this is the mid to long range build that I'm giving you, the first one. So it's the classic M1A, which has high base damage, 436k. We have rifle damage, crit hit damage, and 10% damage talks out of cover. So that adds with the knee pads, which is 18% damage talks out of cover. And the most important thing of the build is this talent. it is broke to town. I think eventually it will get fixed. But determined, after killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. So all our stats on our pieces of gear are rolled into headshot damage. Plus of the bonus with the global event, you get a stupid amount of headshot damage. This is why it's so OP. And the mod that I've got is accuracy plus 5 rounds and more accuracy, because accuracy is good. I prefer accuracy. So the second weapon I'm using is the Urban MDR. It's just another rifle. Damage targets out of cover, crit damage, and just for more survivability in case you're struggling or anything, is preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 10%, so 20% if you get a headshot. But do remember, with this global event, when they explode, when you get a headshot and all the gas comes out, the green gas, that green gas stuff, if you go into it, it actually heals you. If you didn't know that, it does heal you. So you've got plenty of survivability with this build. And then the pistol I'm using is the Regulus. It's not really important what you use. The Regulus is just satisfying when you get a headshot. It just explodes like red thing. But you can only get this from the Iron Horse raid. Headshot kills create 5-meter explosion, dealing 400% weapon damage and applying bleed to all enemies hit. But I just recommend using any pistol you want, because you won't be using it, you'll be using your rifle. So the first skill I'm using is the Crusader Ballistic Shield, because rifles you can actually equip shields. So you can pull out your shield, unlike with sniper rifles you can't use a shield. But tier 3, so it's a bit tanky. And the mods I have is active regeneration, damage bonus per enemy, and damage bonus per enemy again. Second skill I've got is the decoy. That'll be tier 0. But it's just to help you throw it out, distract the enemies where you can get your headshot. And then start chaining the determined and headhunter. So you'll basically just one-shot everything. So this is the build altogether. We have Palisade, which gives us 10% armor on kill. And we have Gunner, which gives you also 10% armor on kill. So that's 20%. And if you're still struggling, you can get 20% from the MDR, Preservation, which is 40% armor on kill. And while you have bonus armor, say you lose 50% armor, and then you start chaining your kills, you'll get armor on kill, and you'll also get Bloodsucker, which is bonus armor, so you'll be tanky, and you'll basically just dominate PvE with this global event build. The other build that I'm going to show you as well is basically the same, just a different playstyle. So we have 3 pieces of the Zoo brand set. We have Hasberg Guard, which gives us headshot damage. Fox's Prayer, which is 10% rifle damage. So this is the overall build of the M1A with Determined, which chains with Headhunter. We have Preservation with the MDR, that's just survivability, and I have the Regulus, you can use any pistol you want. Skills, I have the Ballistic Shield, which works with rifles, so you can equip it. And then we have the Decoy, just to distract enemies. And the Specialization is the Gunner. I'll show you the Gunner now. So Specialization is the Gunner. All we need it for is 15% rifle damage and 15% sidearm damage. You can use any other if you want, but I'm just using 2 rifles with this build. You get ammo every 60 seconds, which is always good. When we have 10% armor on kill, that's basically the only reason I'm using it, for the survivability. But that's the specialization. And then the stats for this is headshot damage 170%. As long as you get above 150%, you'll get that extra damage with Headhunter. But other than that headshot damage on this global event build, it doesn't matter, because the damage is like so much more when you get a headshot with this global event. It's not really important. But I'll scroll down the stats for you. So that's all the stats, but you have loads of weapon handling as well, so your gun is very, very accurate, you're quick at reloading, you have a load of stability, and it's just good all around this build. I actually prefer my other build, but if you don't like being close and personal with your weapons, you can use this weapon in this build because it's long range and mid range. But I hope you like this build, guys. Now I'll show you the second build. Right guys, so this is the second build, which is a close and personal build. So you can basically be in their face with this build and still one-shot everything. These are the best two builds in my opinion. You might have a different opinion, let me know in the comments if you do. I'll show you the second build now. So our first piece of gear is the mask, which is Hunter's Fury. 2 pieces gives us 15% shotgun damage and SMG damage. 3 pieces 20% armor on kill, which is always nice. And 50% health on kill. And then the talent is Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%, which is a hell of a lot of damage. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times, which this is really good because you can basically spawn kill the enemies easily. So core attribute is a red, attributes are headshot damage, mod is headshot damage as well. So our second piece of Hunter's Fury is the holster. Core attribute is a blue, and the attribute is headshot damage as well. Knee pads are Hunter's Fury, blue core, 10% headshot damage. So the gloves are Hunter's Fury as well, our final piece. Blue core and headshot damage again. So the chest piece is the same one that I'm using for my rifle build. Might be a bit hard for you to get, but you can use any other piece of brand with just this talent and it'll still work. So it's the Palisade Steelworks. I've got 10% armor on kill, which is 20% on Hunter's Fury as well, so that's 30%, and with Gunner that's 40%. Same as the rifle build, 40% armor on kill. So it's a blue core, we have weapon handling and headshot damage, and the mod is 10% headshot damage, and we have Headhunter bit, which basically if you get a headshot, the next shot deals 125% damage if that blows damage, and if you have above 150% headshot damage, it does way more damage. So make sure you have Headhunter and a talent on the weapon. That's all you need with this build. And then the final piece of gear that I'm using is the backpack, the Memento Exotic. If you don't have this, I'd recommend using maybe a Providence backpack or other brand set with Bloodsucker because you get more survivability. But the cores, you get all 3 with this exotic. You get a red, a blue and a skill tier. So the mod, we have 10% headshot damage. And the talent for this backpack is kill confirmed. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death, which will be up close and personal with them, so you'll easily get the trophies when you kill them. Collecting trophies provides both short and long term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So red core is 5% weapon damage, which we have 2 red cores, so when you pick up a trophy we'll get 10% weapon damage. Blue cores are 10% bonus armor, which we have 5 blue cores, so we get 50% bonus armor. And then skill tiers is 5% skill efficiency, which we have 1 skill tier because of the backpack, so 5% skill efficiency. For every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen for 300 seconds, which is 3% armor regen for 5 minutes. Maximum stacks is 30. So this is basically one of the best backpacks in the game, maybe even the best. So the first weapon I'm using is just the named shotgun, the Mop. The only reason is because it has 10% armor on kill, shotgun damage to armor, preservation, basically 20% armor on kill, so potentially 30%, and from the gear set, that's 20%, so that's 50%, and then 10% from the chest piece, that's 60% armor on kill, which is insane. So we have rate of fire, headshot damage, and critical hit chance on the mods for the shotgun. Our second gun is just another shotgun, military M870, 15% shotgun damage to armor, and damage to targets out of cover. And the talent is Pummel because in my opinion this is one of the best talents on a shotgun. 3 consecutive kills, refills the mag and grants 40% weapon damage for 10 seconds, which is a lot of damage. And the mods are headshot damage, and critical hit chance. Right, this is the main weapon that you want, is the D50, which has high base damage, pistol damage, and damage targets out of cover. And like the other build, determined because it's just stupidly overpowered. After killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on an enemy will be guaranteed headshot. So you'll constantly keep chaining your kills with Hunter's Fury. You'll keep getting the bonus damage because if you kill an enemy really close, you'll get all the buffs you get from the Memento backpack. You'll get armor on kill, you'll disorient enemies, and you'll get a load of damage. So all these pieces of gear put together is a really good build, and if you're good at close and quarters, you'd probably prefer this build to the rifle build, but it's personal preference. So you do need this pistol. It's not too hard to get, but remember, if you miss a little bit of damage or stats, it's not really a big deal because the amount of bonus damage you get with this global event is insane. You could use a different type of pistol with high base damage, but that is the pistol you want. The first skill I'm using is the Bulwark Ballistic Shield, which we have tier 6 because we have 5 blue cores with our gear, and we have 1 skill tier with the memento, so your shield is super tanky, you have armor on kill, and you have armor regen, so your survivability is a lot. And the second skill is just the same as the other build. I've got decoy to distract the enemies, your tier 1 because of memento, and I don't even have mods on it, but you can put mods on it. It's just to distract the enemies so you can get an easy headshot at the start of the fight. This build, if you get used to the playstyle, you can easily do a checkpoint on all directives in about a minute because it's so easy, like getting close and personal. This is my favourite build personally. So quick breakdown with this build is 4-piece Hunter's Fury. We get damage when we get kills and we get armor on kill, and we disorient enemies. So that's 20%. 20% armor on kill. Palisade, we get 10% armor on kill, that's 30%. Gunner, that's 10%, so we get 40% armor on kill. Memento, you get armor regen, you get weapon damage, bonus armor, and skill efficiency, which is really good as well. We have the shotgun with preservation, an extra 20%, so potentially 60% armor on kill. Other shotgun has pummel, and our main weapon is the pistol because it has determined, which chains with headhunter. This is basically the same as the other build, but basically the opposite. It does a hell of a lot of damage, loads of survivability, more survivability than the rifle build. I personally prefer this build. I think it's way easier and way quicker to do content with it. And we have Gunner for the 10% armor on kill. We have the shield, the Bulwark Shield, and a decoy. That's the whole build. Show you the stats quickly. So 149% with the shotgun, 152 with the other, and 204% with the pistol. So we do more headshot damage, which is always better. I'll just scroll down the rest for you now. So specialization is Gunner. We're only using this because we get shotgun damage, pistol damage, we get ammo every 60 seconds, and we get 10% armor on kill. So potentially this build gives you 60% if you use the shotgun. If you use the pistol, you'll get 40% armor on kill, which is still a hell of a lot of armor on kill, considering you've got 5 blue cores, so you're tanky. You have 6 tier shields, so you're tanky with the shield as well. So this build is super good for this global event. You have about 2 weeks to make this build and have some fun with it. But personally, pistol build I'd recommend because it's way better. But I hope this video helps you guys. It sure did help me, this build. But if you like my videos and you want more in the future, like and subscribe, and happy hunting, guys.